Hi, my name is Jessica Medina, and this is my Language and Literacy Innovative Implementation Reflection and Presentation. And for this activity, in the classroom, we have been discussing transportation, so I revolved this activity around that theme. And for this activity, I read a book to the children, and then we broke off into small groups, and each child had a parking lot, and cars were laid out in the middle of the table with letters on them. And I chose this activity because it would support their language development in focusing on two key predictors such as letter recognition and phonological awareness that will support their reading and writing. As in this activity, they would be matching the letter to their name, identifying the letter, and also going over the sound of the letters to their name, and then also clapping the syllables to their names. What I enjoyed most about this activity was seeing the kids' reaction when they saw the cars on the table. The cars is something that the kids play with during playtime, but for them, seeing them on the table with letters on them was a new element for them that brought excitement to them because they saw that that's something that they get to play with and how that was incorporated into their work time. I think they really enjoyed that. So I just really enjoyed seeing how their reaction to it and seeing how engaged they were into the activity. I just loved seeing how the kids were. I mean, you can see here that she's just like really looking at the letters, and they were just really excited and engaged in doing the activity. So I really enjoyed that. I think the kids enjoyed the activity as a whole. But I think what they enjoyed most was being able to play with the cars at the same time. I allow the kids some time to go ahead and play with the cars, like in this instance, this little boy, before he matched the letters to his name, he pretended there was a little accident before, then he continued matching the letters to his name. So I think they enjoyed having that time to play and then also continue on with the activity. It made it very enjoyable for them. What I learned about using language and literacy strategies was that it obviously supports their language development, but on top of that, with this activity, kind of learned that it can support other areas of development. For this activity, I chose to use a scaffolding strategy. And in doing so, I would scaffold what the kids were saying and then also narrate what the kids were doing, their actions. These kids that I work with have very low language and kind of still play on their own. There's not too much peer interaction going on. But in this activity, as I was scaffolding and narrating other children, it would grab the other children's attention. Like these two boys I was speaking to, the girl that was next to her, and narrating her actions, and it grabbed their attention to look over and see what she was doing. And when she matched a letter, he actually responded and was like, "You did it!" So I thought it was pretty neat to see that social skills. They were also building that social skill using this strategy on top of developing their language development. So I thought it was really neat that using these strategies definitely enhance language, but also other areas of their development. And what I learned about innovative and creative lesson planning was that this approach is done with intent and is very thoughtful, being very thoughtful and making sure that I'm providing activity to support their language development and also being creative with it, incorporating creativity into it. That way the kids enjoy it and engage in it. I just felt like this was such a good experience. The kids were so engaged in the activity, and I just loved to see how they were engaging and just seeing their progression. So I kind of learned that taking this creative approach definitely leads and encourages the students to participate, engage. As I mentioned, our students have very low language, and these two girls in particular, they are very quiet and don't like to respond very much, but as I was asking her the letters to her name, she was identifying them. She was open to it, so I just loved seeing that result. And as well as with her on her own, she was telling me the letters to her name without me having to ask, and I just thought that was such a great breakthrough for them. And I just learned that being creative, it reaches the kids. They want to engage in it and they want to participate. And then also with the clapping the syllables to their name, the kids really enjoyed that. And even when we were done with the activity, it continued throughout the day. We were still practicing clapping the syllables to our name. So I thought that was great. And what I learned about myself in this process was that I need to step out of my box and step out of my comfort zone in teaching, and learning new things and new ways to enhance the children's activities in my lesson planning, because sometimes I just get caught up in what I'm used to or what I think like, oh, that's a great activity, we'll just do that. But I just learned that stepping out and trying something new like this can lead the kids to such a great outcome. And because of that, I definitely want to continue using this approach, and include innovative and creative lesson planning into my teaching. And also, just because I had such a great experience with it, the kids were so engaged. They were enjoying the activity. I've seen kids, we've done similar activities where kids match letters, but they weren't as engaged as they were this time. So it was such a great experience. I definitely want to continue doing this. Thank you.